Hello and welcome to the city of Yokohama, the second largest in Japan, only about half an hour away from Tokyo. It is known for its amazing sights and sounds, and also one of the most busy ports in the country. Here at the Yokohama Arena, it is the venue for the HSBC BWF Japan Open 2024, the 41st edition of this tournament. Here is the president of the Yokohama Badminton Association, Mr. Sugio Kurosaki, presenting the HSBC BWF World Tour Finals trophy. That's what these players are going to be aiming for here. This is the first tournament since the Paris Olympics. And the players dusting themselves off to get themselves back into the routine of playing on this World Tour. Let's tell you the order of play here on court one today. We start with the former world number 9, Wang Tzu Wei of Chinese Taipei. He takes on the former world champion, Loh Kean Yew of Singapore. What a match to get us going. Into the second one, in women's singles. And Pornpawi Chochuwon just missed out on the Olympics. The Swiss Open winner from 2023, the Thai, takes on the second seed from Japan. What a tough match that's going to be. Akane Yamaguchi has won multiple times here as well. Into the mixed doubles, Yuki Kaneko and Misaki Matsutomo. They are the All England runners-up from 2021. And they take on Jiang Zhenbang and Wei Yaxin, the second seeds from China. They are the Asian champions from last year. Into men's singles again, Lee Chuk-kyu has been having a pretty good year so far. Runner-up at the India Open earlier in 2024. He takes on a home favorite in Kodai Naraoka, last year's World Championship runner-up. And fifth match of the day in men's singles sees the Malaysian upstart and the former Asian junior champion from 2017, Yong Jun Hao. The Malaysian will play another home player in Takuma Obayashi, who was the Indonesia Masters Super 100 champion last year. Well, there's more later on here on court one, with still Japanese opposition to look out for. Then the fans will get behind Mayu Matsumoto and Wakana Nagahara as well. Okay, so the men's singles, the brackets for you. And the winner of this match between Wang Tzu Wei and Loh Kean Yew, our first match of the day, he will take on either Kanta Tsuneyama or Kieran George of India. So our first player on, Wang Tzu Wei of Chinese Taipei. And there is Loh Kean Yew. Who was at the Olympics And while all that happened, he became a father for the first time. So it might be a little worse for wear at the moment. Looking at the head-to-head, Loh Kean Yew just edging proceedings 4-3, but it's Wang who has won their last meeting, and that was earlier this year, which was perhaps a bit of a surprise, that one. Wang Tzu Wei winning in 3 at the Malaysia Masters in May. In round 32 as well, disappointing for Loh Kean Yew, who has been plagued by a little bit of inconsistency in recent times. Here's Wang Tzu Wei, 29 years of age, 178 centimeters tall, from Taipei. He has been a former world number 9 player, as I mentioned earlier. That was in February of 2021. And on the HSBC BWF World Tour, he has won the 2019 Sidebody International when it was under the Grand Prix. He's also won the New Zealand Open and the Dutch Open. And he's never got past the opening round of the Japan Open, so could be a big ask for him here. Loh Kean Yew is 27 years of age, 175 centimeters tall, famously born in Penang, Malaysia, but moved to Singapore as a young boy to further his career, which obviously he has done. 12th in the world, but he has been as high as world number 3. That was achieved in November of 2022. He is, as I mentioned earlier, a former world champion. What a result that was in 2021. Asia Championships runner-up last year as well. And in terms of achievements on the HSBC BWF World Tour, he's got 3 titles, most recently the Spain Masters this year. Chaturanga Vishwanath from Sri Lanka is our umpire. Our service judge is Hyung Koo Am from Korea. Loh Kean Yew has only played in a couple of Japan Opens, and he too has been out in the early rounds. His best performance, the second round in 2022. So neither one of them has experienced going deep in this tournament, and it is a real opportunity to do so here. As I mentioned, Loh Kean Yew had his son born while he was away in Paris. Said he came back to his own medal. It was all a bit of a surprise. Kept his marriage a secret as well. In fact, revealed it after it happened quite some time after. And he has shown that he is quite the competitor. Played well at the Olympics, beat Li Shifeng in the round of 16, but lost to the eventual gold medalist, Victor Axelsen, in the quarterfinals.
Singapore. And on my left, Wang Tzu Wei, Chinese Taipei. Wang Tzu Wei to serve. Lowell. Play.
So Wang Tzu Wei gets us going here. Miss it there from Loh Kean Yew.
Low.
Wang Tzu Wei missing out on the Olympics this time round as he goes just wide.
Service over. 1-all.
Loh Kean Yew was regarded as a real medal hope for Singapore at these Olympics. And he was just one match away from
2-1.
doing that, potentially. Never easy when you've got to play Victor Axelsen. might be his best chance at a
Service
Olympic
over.
medal. Will be into his 30s by the next one. Not easy when you've got the hopes of a nation on your shoulders. Some looseness at the moment for Loh Kean Yew. Not easy being a new dad as well, as you prepare for tournaments. Just looks a little sharp at the moment, Wang Tzu Wei. Done well there, isn't he?
5,
There was some
2, 1.
force hit by Loh Kean Yew, and he responded very nicely indeed, Wang Tzu Wei. He might have just got a bit more rest than his opponent. In recent times, Loh Kean Yew had to fit a trip into China in the last few days as well for some promotional work, so he's had a fair bit on his plate, I think it's fair to say. And
6,
Wang Tzu Wei now has a 4-point lead. Yeah, you knew that was going to get put away.
Service over. 3,
Loh Kean Yew.
6.
Yeah, no chance, wasn't it? There was just not enough depth on that previous shot from Wang. Done that nicely, found the line.
4,
Loh Kean Yew
6.
looking to mount a comeback. He was under the cosh at various times against Li Shifeng in that round of 16 match in the Olympics. He knew exactly what happened. Been a few mishits there from Loh.
Service over. 7, 4.
Just went a tad long. Nice variation from Loh.
Service over. 5, 8.
Bit better from him as well. Could be happier with that. No hesitation in putting that one away.
Over.
Just seems to have a little bit more spring in step Wang Tzu Wei at the moment. It's a slow start here from Loh, who by all accounts should be again just lacking the depth. Wang Tzu Wei.
Service over. 6, 9.
World number 12 versus world number 21. He's got the edge in. Head-to-head, though, of course, as I said, it was Wang who won their most recent meeting, I should say. In fact, he's won the last two, both this year.
Malaysia
Masters, I mentioned, he won in 3. And then the Thailand Open, He won that in straight games. They also met one other time here, the Spain Masters in the semi-finals, which of course Loh Kean Yew went on to win. He won that one in 3. So we've got data to base this head-to-head on. 3 of their 7 matches have been played this year. Just a number of unforced errors at the moment from Loh. Looks a little frustrated with things. Well, we've talked about Loh being at the Olympics, his most recent tournament. For Wang Tzu Wei, it was a couple of months ago at the Kaohsiung Masters. He did well, got to the semi-finals, lost to compatriot Lee Chia-hao in the semi-finals. He's not going to miss that one, is he? From right in front of the net.
9.
Only a point in it now. So he'll feel a little happier with things, given that he was trailing by 4 not too long ago. Oh, beautifully done.
Service over. 11-9 interval.
And at the interval here in the first game, it is Wang Tzu Wei who's just in front by a couple. And he has just looked a little sharper in these opening exchanges.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Wang back on court. Coach didn't reach out.
Now let's just see, having had a little chat with his coach there, Kelvin, how Loh Kean Yew now plays after this. Just a little chain there, I think. Is that right? Yep, that he's removing. Or is he putting it back on? No, I think he's going to take it off. Not sure why you'd be having that on in the first place if it was a distraction, or maybe it was just coming loose and he was trying to figure it out. Well, that just about makes its way over. Just a very small hint of an acknowledgement of that from Wang. Yeah, these are the kind of shots that you'd imagine he would feel that he should be making, and he's not. Back to that 4-point lead. Wang Tzu Wei. He had narrowed the gap, didn't he, to 2 at the interval. I don't think he'd be unduly concerned at the moment, Loh Kean Yew. Takes a lot to get him really frazzled. But you've got to say, Wang Tzu Wei just snaffling a lot that mid-court area.
Service over. 10.
Looked away in
14.
annoyance there himself. Wang Tzu Wei. Shot that he himself, I think, would feel he should be making. He's had a lot of early exits
11.
this
14.
year. Plenty of opening round ones. Quarters of the India Open was, and the French Open. Two big tournaments, to be fair.
12. 14.
Otherwise, yeah, it's been a lot of first rounds for Wang Tzu Wei.
Wipe the board, please.
At the moment, he is playing better than his
Service
opponent
over.
is.
15. 12.
As I mentioned, his best performance so far was at the Spain Masters, but he was defeated by, ironically, the man he is facing at the moment.
Players back on court.
Loh Kean Yew got up to one other final this year, losing to Cho Tien Chen in the Thailand Masters in January and February.
Service over. 13. 15.
Yeah, on his day, very few can beat him for court coverage. We haven't particularly seen that in evidence so far. And yeah, those are the kind of shots that should be meat and drink for him.
Service over. 16. 13.
Oh, nicely done by Loh. Well, he's kind of turning it on
Service
now,
over.
and some lovely
14,
shots from Loh Kean
16.
Yew. Taking the pace right off earlier. Moving his opponent around the court. Much better from Loh Kean Yew. Now, can he just be a bit more consistent? Oh, that is a
15.
piece of
16.
misjudgment there from Wang Tzu Wei. Held up. And he's forced his way back into this. He's drawn level for the first time since they were 2-all. He's coming back nicely here, Loh Kean Yew. Ah, he's just sort of snapped into life, hasn't he? At the right time.
17. 16.
Where was this earlier? This is his best run of points as well. Well, Wang Tzu Wei. He's not done yet.
17 all.
So a 4-point run comes to an end for Loh Kean Yew, but it's been a valuable one. This first game in the balance as of now. Oh, fantastic shots. Well, Wang Tzu Wei's done really well. And I think Loh Kean Yew, he should be frustrated with that. He had
17.
his opponent on the floor, and he couldn't take advantage.
Wipe the court, please.
That's a kind of recovery that you see from Loh Kean Yew. It's almost a casual one, wasn't it, from the Singaporean?
Thank you.
So Wang is just in front here.
Service
Much
over.
more of an even
18
battle now
on.
in the latter stages of this first game. Took Loh Kean Yew a long, long time to get going. Still not quite sure he's where he wants to be, as evidenced
Service
by
over.
that shot.
19-18.
It's away, 2 away from taking this first game. Oh, that's wayward again. The
20
part of the
game
conditions here.
points.
We'll have Stain Pedersen
18.
with us later on. Be interesting to hear his thoughts on all that. Right now, we do have Wang Tzu Wei on game point. He's got a couple of them. There's only one way that's going to end, and it's Wang Tzu Wei who takes the first game.
First game won by Wang Tzu Wei.
He's
21-18.
only once dropped the lead in this first game, really, when it mattered. It was after a good run from Loh Kean Yew. It looked at that point that Loh had finally snapped out of whatever it was that was sort of holding him back. And Wang Tzu Wei held his nerve, and he's taken the first game, 21-18.
last minute，有时间的，我知道，他们习惯是直接打比赛，所以我在跟自己讲说不要打赛，打中间打。
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Wang back on court.
So, a good start here for Wang Tzu Wei. Can he wrap this up in 2, which he managed to do at the Thailand Open earlier this year? Won it in
Second
straights, 21-15,
Low ball.
21-13.
Play.
In fact, that was the only time, would you believe, in 7 meetings that they've ever finished a match, these two, in 2 games. Every other match has gone to 3. And actually,
Two.
of the 6 times it's gone to 3, Loh Kean Yew has won most of those. So let's see what happens here. That one holds up.
3.
It's a nice start here for Wang Tzu Wei. Remember, he's never got past the opening round of this tournament. And he would have thought, wow, tough match to start things off. But right now, he's cruising this.
Low.
He's won the last 7 points in a row. And that comes crashing to an end there.
Service over. 1 full. That
holds up for Loh Kean Yew. Yeah, he's got to really do something. Had a sports psychologist in tow in Paris. There was a feeling that that might just be give him the edge that he needs.
Service over. 5-2.
Was the first Singaporean singles player to reach the Olympic quarterfinals in 2 decades.
Seven, 2.
Five-point lead at the moment. This is
Thank you.
one of the biggest leads I think he's enjoyed so far. Wang Tzu Wei.
Service over. 3-7.
Well, he desperately needs to claw some of these points back. He's done so with 2 in a row. Yeah, he's just quicker to everything. He's playing some great shots. Wang Tzu Wei. There's a real conviction about what he's doing at the moment.
Wang back on court.
It's just a bit of a languid approach at the moment from Loh Kean Yew, which one might argue is kind of how he approaches things at times. Can be a frenetic player as well. He's got this laid-back style about him, Loh. Not to everyone's taste, but right now, he is getting vastly outplayed by his lower-ranked opponent. Trying to go around the back. Back to that 5-point lead again.
Service over. 5-9.
Should be concerned there for Kelvin Ho, his coach.
Service over.
The points just keep coming for Wang Tzu Wei, who hammers that home. Well, he desperately needed something to go his way, Loh Kean Yew.
6-10.
To stop that run of points. It's a big gulf at the moment between the two, it would appear. Oh, creeps over. It's all going the way of Wang Tzu Wei right now. He's got that 5-point lead again. And he's leading here in the second game, having already won the first. Loh Kean Yew, he needs to do something quick here if he wants to stay in this.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Wang back on court. Eleven, 6, play.
Let's see now. Is there going to be a reaction here from Loh?
White board, please.
Well, the first point gained is really more on Wang Tzu Wei.
7-11.
But the comeback, does it start near now? Make no mistake, he's under some pressure here, Loh Kean Yew.
Thank you.
But after the highs of the Olympics, and I talk about relative highs here, of course, because he was eliminated at the quarterfinal stage. You just have to look at yesterday's sensational result, where the bronze medalist from the Olympics, Li Zijia, was put out by an unheralded opponent, Alex Lanier of France. So that'd be quite a come down after an impressive achievement. Oh, glorious from Loh.
8.
He just
11.
does make things look effortless at times. Plucked that out beautifully. Oh, just clips the net. Well, umpire said fault, and he went him or me.
8.
To which the umpire said you. No issues there with Wang Tzu Wei. Oh, again.
13.
Seeming lack of control right now on things. Is he staring at an early exit here? Loh Kean Yew. Is he going to hand Wang Tzu Wei his first ever progression at the Japan Open? Done well, there's he again on the recovery. Wang Tzu Wei, but he couldn't finish things off.
Service over. 9-13.
By the way, this is his least successful tournament, Wang Tzu Wei.
Thank you.
He has never had as many first-round exits at any tournament on the World Tour as he has at the Japan Open. As Chinese Taipei player. So this would be an achievement for him. A real achievement, a little milestone in his head if he can get through to the second round. Just get that monkey off your back, as it were.
Service over.
Well, the
14.
unforced error count is just ticking up and up and up for Loh Kean Yew. And we are now at a 6-point lead. This is now the biggest lead that Wang Tzu Wei has enjoyed in this match. Real problems here for Loh Kean Yew. If he wants to stay in this. Took that a little late. Paid the price. Well, he did say
16-9.
Loh Kean Yew that he has to sometimes just put that criticism out of his head. He does get it. Says he just doesn't look at the criticism online. Tries to pay not to pay too much attention now. Some treatment required. On a back. Oh, shoulder would appear. Back and shoulder back. Oh, some of that spray got in his eye. That's not pleasant, I can tell you, from first-hand experience. Might be from carrying the baby. Well, there's a flurry of tournaments. We're in full throttle for the next
16-9.
5 weeks in East Asia, really. Got Chinese Taipei, we've got Hong Kong, China, Korea, all coming back to back. Well, sometimes a little break like that can just give you the little boost you need.
16.
Of course, aided by the
Wipe the court, please.
magic spray. Well, just whatever spray you might be taking, you're not going to be able to get to shots like that. And he has, you've just got to give him credit.
10.
Wang Tzu Wei has been superb overall today. Coupled with what looks to be a very off-color Loh Kean Yew. And this looks like it's going to be over very, very soon, unless we have a comeback of fairly epic proportions here. Loh Kean Yew does win the point,
17.
but he's going to have to dig extremely deeply here, given how he has played so far. Was there enough on that? It's going to be tough. He's kept himself in it. That's going to be out. So 2 in a row.
12.
For Loh Kean Yew. He hasn't had 3 yet.
Wang Tzu Wei challenges.
We're going to have a challenge here. Hard to tell on that one at first sight. And of course, Loh Kean Yew will be hoping beyond hope that he gets us going his way. Oh, it's well and truly in that one.
Challenge unsuccessful.
So that's 3 in a row for the first time
13,
in this second game
17.
for Loh Kean Yew.
Play.
But it comes to an end quickly.
18.
Wang Tzu Wei
13.
has been good at the net today, hasn't he? Just 3 points required to achieve something of a personal milestone for him. Well, it is,
Loh Kean Yew
I think, a very hopeful
out.
challenge there from Loh Kean Yew. I think that's out. Won the last one, effectively. And it is, as we thought, well and truly out.
Challenge unsuccessful. 1 challenge
The writing
remaining.
may be on the wall here now,
19,
you feel?
13. Play.
He's fresher in that sense, isn't he? Wang Tzu Wei, he's not played in a couple of months. You could argue he may have lacked the intensity of competition.
Wipe the board, please.
Could there be a late flourish here from Loh? He really cannot
Service
afford
over.
any more
14.
errors.
19.
That would hand match point
Thank you.
to Wang Tzu Wei. As obvious as it sounds, he wants to get as close as possible to that 19 before Wang Tzu Wei hits that 20 mark, where there is 0 margin of error after that for Loh Kean Yew. Oh, it skims the net, it appears there. Oh, so bit of an agricultural swipe at that one from Loh, and it's not enough. Wang Tzu Wei puts it away, and he's on match point. He's got
Service
plenty
over.
of them in the bag.
20. Match point. 14.
That's an emphatic shot from Loh Kean Yew, but these are all coming a little too late, you feel.
15-20.
Late flourish again. We saw something like this in the previous game. No panic stations yet, I'm sure, for Wang Tzu Wei. but is looking to just delaying the inevitable. Still has 4 match points to save. Nicely done. That's more like it from Loh. But it's Wang Tzu Wei who wins, and he lets out a roar because for the first time in 8 attempts dating back to 2015 I should say, he has actually got past the first round of the Japan Open. This has been his least successful tournament in his career, and he has finally got that monkey off his back, broken the hoodoo, and in the process he has beaten a former world champion in doing it, and he's done it in style. Let's be honest, he's been brilliant throughout. Loh Kean Yew off colour today. I don't think he'll be denying that one, with some justification, I think, after the Olympics and the birth of his first child. It won't have been easy for him. Seemed to have a shoulder niggle as well. Always with a smile on his face, whatever the results, Loh Kean Yew. That's the kind of personality he is. And he seems quite happy for his opponent there. Wang Tzu Wei of Chinese Taipei beats Singapore's Loh Kean Yew in an upset of sorts. He wins 21-18, 21-16. It's taken him 42 minutes to do it. Welcome back to the Yokohama Arena. We've just had our first match there, won in style by Wang Tzu Wei. And up next, we have Pornpawi Chochuwong of Thailand taking on Akane Yamaguchi of Japan.